Next question we are going to work out is the very next question, that is illustration number 61. There also it is oversubscription question. Its applications 3,20,000 but you got 4 lakh shares. The split up is given. Just remember one thing in this question, just note it down. Application also having a premium of 1, allotment having a premium of 2. Altogether premium is, altogether premium is not 3. See the question, first sentence, premium is 5 per share. So 1 you collected with application, 2 with allotment, balance would be collected with the first and final. So how much would be the balance? 2 would be collected with the first and final call. It's not given in the question, but that is the meaning. Then oversubscription question, 40,000 were rejected, the shares number. Then shares were allotted on prorata to the remaining applicants. Again it is combination of rejection and prorata. Excess money was adjusted towards allotment, means prorata. Jeevan holding 800 shares. Holding means that's the allotted number. If you allot 800 shares only, he can hold 800 shares. So holding number means it is the allotted number. Failed to pay the allotment money, so there is individual calculation needed for Jeevan. And his shares were immediately forfeited. Afterwards final call was made. What will you do in this question? Once you finish the allotment journal entry, can we move on to the first call? No, in between something else happened. That means in between the company forfeited the shares which Jeevan was holding. Understood? Immediately the company forfeited. So after allotment you must write the forfeiture entry, then only you can write the first call. Understood? So far what we did is, in all these questions what we did is, we were writing the forfeiture journal entry only at last, because the question didn't specify like this. You have to always read the question and do accordingly. So here in this question they have specifically given, soon after allotment, before you make the final call, you have the company forfeited the shares. So forfeiture entry must come here in between. Then Ganesh, who had applied for 2,700 shares, failed to pay the first call or the final call. No individual calculation needed, but you have to check whether allotted number is given for Ganesh. For Ganesh, applied number is only given. You must compute allotted number. Other than that, you don't have to write like total application money received. All those steps you don't have to write for Ganesh, because it is the first and final call, he is failing to pay. But you must have the allotted number always. So allotted number you must compute. Then his shares were also forfeited. So you will write allotment entries, then forfeiture, then first call entries, again forfeiture. Understood? Out of the forfeited shares, 1,500 shares were reissued. That means it is not fully reissued, it is partial reissue. You have to apply one formula to get the amount transferred to capital reserve. The final journal entry amount, for that you have to apply one formula. And there is one more sentence, reissued shares include all shares of Jeevan. That means Jeevan was holding how many shares? 800 shares. So all these you have to consider, so many steps are there. We have done such a question before. Such a question means where the forfeited shares includes all shares of one of the shareholders. We have done such a question before, but in this question we have individual calculation also. So we will start now. With working note you have to start. This is company calculation. Total application money received. Okay, do one thing. Company calculation you do it yourself, because for every question I am doing it. You do it yourself. I will just give the prorata figure. See whether you are getting this figure. You must get this figure. But don't simply write the answer. You must do the calculations also. So prorata figure here is 1,20,000. Okay. This must be your pro rata. Finally, you do other steps. Individual calculation I will do. First we will do for, what's his name? Jeevan, yeah. Then for other partner, we have to get the allotted number. Okay, so for Jeevan, you have to compute the applied number of shares applied. The formula you write, total shares applied under pro rata by total shares allotted under pro rata into number of shares allotted to Jeevan. Number of shares allotted to Jeevan is 800, yes. Then total shares, you must write the formula, otherwise you will make mistake while you substitute the figures. So write the formula and then you substitute. Total shares applied under pro rata, altogether applied share is 4 lakhs minus rejected number is 40,000. So you have to take 4 lakhs minus 40,000, 3,60,000 will be your numerator. Then total shares allotted is 3,20,000. So this is the calculation. So number of shares applied is 900. Now we will do the individual calculation, that is total application money received. On how many shares you will consider? 900 into, we didn't write the split tip, just write the split tip first itself. You must write that what is the face value here? 10 plus 5, 15 we are collecting. We have application, allotment and the first and final call. With application it is 3, 5 and it is written balance. So 3 plus 5, 8. So to make it 15, this will be 7. Then there is premium. Application premium is 1. Premium is 1. Here premium is 2. So what is the balance premium? 2 plus 1, 3. To make it 5, this would be 2. So here premium is 2. So these are the premium amounts. Yeah, now you can continue. This application is 3 per share. So it will be 900 into 3, 2,700. Less actual. Which is 800 into 3, 2,400. So excess is 300. Next, allotment money due we have to write. This is not needed for company calculation, but for individual calculation you need it. That is 800 into what is allotment per share. You just look into the split tip and write, that is 5. So that is 4,000. What should we write next? Less this excess money. This excess 300 you will deduct. That is 4,000 minus 300. 3,700 will be your calls in arrears at the time of allotment. So everywhere the steps are same. Now we can start. Sorry, before you start the journal, here we have to do one more calculation. One more shareholder is there, Ganesh, and he failed to pay the first and final call. No need of calculations like this, but you have to compute the number of shares allotted to Ganesh. Always you must have the allotted number, though individual calculation not needed. Allotted number is always needed. Okay. So for Ganesh you have to do, there itself we can do. Ganesh you have to do the allotted number, nothing else is needed. This one we have to compute. Number of shares allotted. What is the formula? You write the formula. Total shares allotted under pro rata, that is 3,20,000 divided by total shares applied under pro rata, means not 4 lakhs. You must take 3,60,000, that is less rejected number, into number of shares applied by Ganesh was 2,700. So this is how you have to do the calculation. So the number of shares allotted to Ganesh would be 2,400. Okay, so only this is needed. Other than that, no need to continue the individual calculation. Now you can start writing journal. So journal, first is bank account debtor 2. Is it written equity shares? Yeah, so you must specify it as equity share application account. You take the first amount from your working note, which is 12 lakhs, isn't it? Yeah, it would be there in your company calculation. I didn't do that. You must have a company calculation, and the first figure would be 4 lakhs into 3, 12 lakhs. Then when you write the second entry, remember one thing, there is premium to be written with the term share capital. Here we have premium with all 3 installments. So we have to write securities premium reserve here. Okay, share application will take the second figure from your working note. Second figure there is 9,60,000, isn't it? So that you take in right 9,60,000. Then securities premium reserve with application, it is 1 per share. On how many shares we are considering? On 3,20,000. So 3,20,000 into 1, it is 3,20,000, and the balance you can write 6,40,000. So this is your second entry. From where did we get this 9,60,000? It is from your working note. The second amount we wrote against share application. As usual we are doing. Textbook, they have written compound entries and all. You avoid those entries. Separately you must write. The next is the rejection entry, which is share application account debtor to bank account, and the rejected amount is, it would be there in your working note. The refunded amount is 1,20,000. So that you write as third entry. All these steps you must remember. Next is allotment due entry, that is share allotment account debtor to share capital. There is premium here, so to securities premium reserve. Share allotment means 3,20,000 into what is allotment per share? It is 5 per share. So 3,20,000 into 5, your allotment figure is 16 lakhs. Okay, then SPR means 3,20,000 into not 1. With allotment, the premium is 2 per share. So 3,20,000 into 2, 6,40,000. Balance you take for share capital. So that is 9,60,000. Okay, the next one is the pro rata entry you have to include in between, which is share application account debtor to share allotment. The pro rata figure you take from your working note, that is 1,20,000. Then you must write the bank entry. That time you must open call scenarios. All these questions actually the steps are same, entries are almost same. So if you practice 1 or 2 questions, you will get an idea. Call scenarios account debtor to, did I write equity share? Just mention here equity share. In previous entries also you just correct. Make it as equity share allotment. Okay, equity share allotment, actually the amount is, just look into this journal, allotment due figure is 16 lakhs, but you must deduct the pro rata figure 1,20,000. So it will be 16 lakhs minus 1,20,000. So that is 14,80,000. The allotment is 14,80,000. Then calls in arrears you can directly take from your working note. Working note, just look into the working note. What is calls in arrears at the time of allotment? It is 3,700. So the balance you can take for bank 14,76,300. Write the narration and you can close this. Close this means that transaction. Okay. Then next is the first and are we forfeiting in between? Just see. Allotment money, yes. So don't write first call now. Immediately after allotment we are forfeiting the shares. So now you have to write the forfeiture journal entry and see whether premium is received or not. Did we receive premium? No, because this person Jeevan didn't pay allotment means premium is not received, so premium must be debited. So now you write the forfeiture entry. So all these you must remember. Two forfeited shares, two calls in arrears. Yes, calls in arrears you can just take from the previous entry because there is only one calls in arrears. That 3,700 directly you can write. Is it 3,700 the calls in arrears amount? Yes. Then forfeited shares means amount that we received. See, instead of calls in arrears textbook they have specified which installment is that. Like it is the calls in arrears for allotment, so they have written to equity share allotment. That is not needed. But if you are comfortable with that, no problem, you can write like that. But I prefer this, calls in arrears you specify like this. Then forfeited shares means what we received. So what we received means on how many shares we are receiving from Jeevan? On 800 shares we received which installment? The application from Jeevan, which is actually 3. But can you write 3? No, because there is premium included in that 3. If premium is received, that application 3 means premium is received. If premium is received, ignore that. So 3 minus 1, you take only 2. Then just see the individual calculation for Jeevan. Do you have any excess amount there? Yes. How much is the excess amount there? 300. So this will be 1,600 plus 300. It is 1,900. Then SPR will be 800 into this SPR means what we did not receive. That means allotment SPR you have to take, which is 800 into 2. Now balance you can write for share capital, that is 4,000. So now forfeiture entry is over. You can move on to share first call entry. Is it first and final call? Yes. So share first and final call account debtor to share capital. Here also we have premium, to securities premium reserve. Did we write premium with first call? Sorry, not with first call, with the allotment. Yes. So this is the entry and it will be 3,20,000 into what is first call per share. It is there in your split tip. It is 7. 3,20,000 into 7 per share. Okay, that is the actual calculation, isn't it? We will do 3,20,000 into 7. But in this question, what happened actually? I mean, what is the new item that we included? There is no new entry, but you have done something new. Forfeiture entry you have written in between, isn't it? Soon after allotment you have written forfeiture entry. What's the meaning of forfeiting or forfeiture? Cancellation. So after allotment the company is cancelling some shares. How many shares company is cancelling? It is the 800 shares. It is 800 shares which was allotted to Jeevan. So Jeevan's 800 shares now the company is cancelling. So, first call can we call on? Can we call means can we ask on 3,20,000 shares? No, it won't be 3,20,000 because the number of shares will get reduced by 800. Did you understand? Because 800 shares got cancelled in between. So, when you have forfeiture journal entry in between and when you write the next installment, remember you must deduct the cancelled shares and take. So, it is 3,20,000 minus 800, it is 3,19,200. This will be 3,19,200 into 7 is first call per share. And here it will be 3,19,200 into what is the premium for first call? It is 2 per share. So, now the figures are 22,34,400. Just compute all these figures. Then 6,38,400. Balance you can write for share capital. The balance is 15,96,000. Then the next is bank account entry. And that time you have calls in arrears. That is Ganesh failed to pay the first call. So, there is calls in arrears here. To share first call. Share first call amount just take from the previous entry. It is actually this figure should come here 22,34,400. Calls in arrears at the time of first call you have to compute. In working note you won't be having. So, for that you have to do the calculation. Ganesh failed to pay the first call. You have computed the allotted number of Ganesh. You have to always take the allotted number for calculation, that is on 2,400. He failed to pay the first call of 7 per share. So, 2,400 into 7, that is the calculation. Now, what happens is you have to remember one thing. This partner named Jeevan, he failed to pay allotment. So, normally he will not pay the other calls also, other installments he will not pay, like in the previous question. But here we are not adding Jeevan's number. Why? Because we have cancelled his shares in between. Understood? Since he didn't pay the allotment, immediately after allotment, the company cancelled his shares. So, now should we consider Jeevan's number? No need. Whereas in previous question, what happened? That forfeiture entry we didn't write in between. That means company didn't cancel in between. So, that time you added Jeevan's also. I mean that shareholders number also you added. Because if he is not making payment of allotment, he will not pay the other installments. Understood? So, here why we didn't add or why we are not adding Jeevan's number? Because his shares got cancelled in between. So, now should we consider his shares? No, he got cancelled already. No need to consider. Otherwise, you have to. So, here it is 16,800 your calls in arrears. Then the bank figure is 22,17,600. Write the narration. Then you must write the forfeiture entry once again, because you read the question. Ganesh had applied for 2,700. After that, his shares were also forfeited. So, soon after first call, you have to write the forfeiture journal entry. That time should be debit premium. Did we receive premium from Ganesh? Yes, because there is premium with first and final call also. That means that premium we haven't received. So, premium must be debited. Clear? Premium is not received with first and final call, and Ganesh is failing to pay first and final call, so premium must be debited. But he has paid the other two. Application and allotment premium we have received, but since we didn't receive first call premium, premium must be debited, SPR must be debited again. So it is share capital account debtor, securities premium reserve account debtor, 2 forfeited shares, 2 call scenarios. Call scenarios you just take from the previous entry. What is call scenarios here? 16,800, that you can write. Then what did we receive from Ganesh? We received application and allotment. So that is 3 plus 5, 8 we received. But premium received means ignore premium completely. So 8 minus altogether the premium is 3. Understood? 8 minus 3, 5 is what you have to write. Did you understand how we got this 5? Application is 3, allotment is 5. So 3 plus 5, 8 we received altogether. But that includes premium of 1 plus 2, 3. So the balance is only 5 we can write. Ignore premium if premium is received. On how many shares we are considering? On 2,400 shares. The allotted number of Ganesh. So 2,400 into 5, it is 12,000. And SPR, why we have debited here? Because premium is not received with first and final call. And that premium amount is 2. All these you have to write very carefully. 2,400 into 2, 4,800. Balance you write for share capital. That is 24,000. Now you write the narration. Then you have to write the reissue entry, which is bank account debtor. Leave one line and write to share capital. Bank will take at or for value. Here it is at rupees 8 per share. 1,500 were reissued at 8, and it is written fully paid up. That means you can take the face value. Face value, not the issue price. Don't include premium here. It is the face value you have to take. Since it is fully paid up, take the face value. So that will be 12,000 and 15,000. So the shortage is on the debit side. There you write this 3,000. So for forfeited shares, you write this difference of 3,000. There is one more entry, which is forfeited shares account debtor to capital reserve. Forfeited shares debtor to capital reserve, directly you can compute the amount, because it says it includes all shares of Jeevan. The reissued shares includes all shares of Jeevan. So we will just write that. How many shares did we forfeit altogether? Jeevan was having 800 shares, and Ganesh was having 2,400 shares, isn't it? So 3,200 shares the company forfeited altogether. Out of that, company reissued only 1,500. So that is partial reissue. You have to apply formula, but not for both. Did you understand this one? The forfeited number 800 is Jeevan's number. 2,400, not 2,700. Only the allotted number you can take. Only the allotted number you can cancel, isn't it? So 2,400 you have to take. So 3,200 is what they forfeited altogether. Reissued is 1,500, which includes all shares of Jeevan, and Jeevan is holding 800 shares. Entire 800 shares company reissued. So balance is how much? Balance 700 shares company has taken from Ganesh. But Ganesh was holding how many shares? He was holding 2400 shares. You write like this, always for exam also, you write like this, not in your calculation sheet, along with your answer. After your final journal entry, you can just write and do like this. So now you have to apply that formula for partial reissue only for Ganesh, because for Jeevan it is fully reissue. Understood? Only for Ganesh you have to apply the formula. And what is the formula? That formula you write, already we have discussed that formula. It is number of shares reissued. Here how many shares we reissued? We are talking about Ganesh. So how many shares reissued? 700 divided by how many shares the company forfeited for Ganesh? 2400 into total amount forfeited means you just take the journal entry for Ganesh, the forfeiture journal entry you take what we wrote after the first call, that is Ganesh forfeiture entry. You just take that. What is 2 forfeited shares amount there? Did you see amount like 12,000? So that is the forfeited credited amount. Then actually there is something like minus the debited figure, but can we do it now? No, because that debited amount means it includes both Jeevan and Ganesh. So you can't deduct it now. Now you compute this figure, you will be getting 3,500. Then for Jeevan we didn't do any formula, we haven't applied any formula. For Jeevan, what is the credited amount written? What is Jeevan's forfeited shares? You just take Jeevan's forfeiture entry. Soon after what you wrote after the allotment. Did you see the forfeiture entry for Jeevan? What is credited forfeited amount there? 1,900, which we will directly add. No need of applying any formula because that is fully reissued. So now we will add these two, that is 5,400. From this you can less the debited amount. Just take the reissue entry. What is the debited forfeited amount there? It is 3,000, which you can deduct. So now 2,400 is the balance you have to transfer to capital reserve. We have done such a question before. So I hope you understood this calculation. So this is how you have to take the balance to be transferred to capital reserve. This calculation you watch it once again.